All right, here we go. So today is Wednesday, February 19th. We got our cameras on, ready to go. And then Rose, I think you were saying it wasn't letting you for some reason. So we'll just leave it at that for today. That'll be fine for today. So perfect. If you guys haven't already, just make sure your original sound is enabled. So when you start to play, it'll pick up your beautiful playing. And with that, let me go ahead and share the screen so we can see who is gonna go first here. All right. So yeah, I'll just go in the order that I see. So let's start with Rose, and then are you playing this piece today, Rose?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So go ahead and introduce yourself and the piece, and I will show the notes.
Hi, my name is Rose Wilkins, and I will be playing Alaman by J.H. Simon. Okay.
All right, nice work. Really good work on this one. I know there was a couple little rhythmic things, right? We'll talk about that, but I thought you did a great job just getting through it and not letting any errors, slow you down or have you just not be able to get through it, right? So really good working through your mistakes. And then, yeah, how long have you been working on this piece?
A couple weeks, like
Couple
2,
weeks.
maybe, with the break.
Awesome. Good. And then, yeah, I see a couple little, right, we have dynamics, all that fun stuff. So what do you feel like was the trickiest part of this piece? Because I do see a lot of left hand movement, right? I don't know if that was maybe one of the things that gave you a challenge.
Well, probably in the first 2 measures, it goes from the G to the D, and then it starts moving from the A to the E, which was tricky. I kept playing it as the E as the D. So yeah.
Like you kind of mix them up sometimes, or what do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I see. Yeah. And if you look at it, right, it's kind of a pattern like in the first, I'd say like these two, so bum 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 and then bum bum bum, but then it starts right moving up and then doing all this other stuff. So, yeah, really good. Awesome. So with that, yeah, we'll come back to that a little bit later for some movement. And I noticed some musical devices being used in that second part, so we'll probably talk about that too. And then yeah, Kaylee, let's take it over to you. So whenever you're ready, feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead. Introduce yourself.
My name is Kaylee, and I'll be playing Capital.
Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Yeah, this piece is a bit longer, right? And there's a lot of things going on here, but definitely a fun piece. So I definitely really liked just all the articulation in the beginning. Like you had really nice staccatos. Rhythm was pretty spot on. And then here a little bit, right? You slowed down. So we could talk about the rhythm a little bit, but do you feel like how long were you learning this piece actually? I want to ask.
I've been working on this piece for like about since last week of Thursday, and
Okay, so like not even a week?
not even a week. Kind of.
Okay. Wow, nice. Very good. So probably you guys were kind of working in sections and then maybe the second part isn't as worked as the first part, I'd say. I mean, only a week, so of course you can't really do too much in that time. So main thing I'd say on this piece, right? Just keep following that left hand. The one da, 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 da. Right, it has this constant rhythm happening 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So then when you got to here, right, this should be because that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 dun 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 dun, that kind of thing. So that was the only kind of main thing I'd say, the rhythm on this piece, that I felt like you could just slow down the whole thing, right? And then that would help eliminate that sort of rhythmic gap. I'd say that it's just slowing down a lot in that spot. And I'm sure with time, you know, since you said only a week, you'll definitely be able to work on that. And what about I mean, again, right, week's time isn't too long, so what, other than maybe the time frame, was the challenge for this piece?
Mostly just getting like the staccatos and like the rhythm and like
Mm-hmm.
going kind of fast for it because it's like a fast song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And again, speed, right? You can work up to it. I feel like it's always good to slow down everything so you can have the same rhythm throughout and just keep it steady. Um, but yeah, definitely just keep working on it. I'm sure you'll get it up to speed maybe in a couple weeks, right? So yeah, let's look at your piece real quick since we're here. Lots of stuff, right, that we could talk about. But one thing that I wanted to address specifically in your piece, and then there's one more thing in Rose's as well that I think would be good to talk about. But we see this, right? The first thing we see over here, 2 coda, and then right, we see the DCL coda, and then we see the coda. So just one question I wanted to ask, because Rose, I know this is not your piece. So have you ever encountered one of these symbols before? Like either.
Yes.
Cool, awesome. Do you know what coda means?
It's like, don't you like go back to the, I'm not sure if this is, or I'm mixing it up with something, but don't you go
Okay.
to the coda or something? Or maybe I'm mixing it up. I don't know.
No, yeah, so you're kind of on the right track here, right? So it's essentially a type of a repeat, right? But so you want to play through the piece, la 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 la. This is gonna come to play in the second time, right after you start repeating it. So you're gonna go all the way till right here. Whenever it says DC, right? You guys might have seen like DC Alfine, like DC Alfine, and that's just meaning, again, go back to the beginning until you see the word fine, right? And in this case, back to the beginning until you see the word coda, right? So right here, DC, which literally in Italian is dal capo, so from the beginning, from the top. You start right here, go again, la da 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 da. We're looking for coda, right? Now to coda, so look for that symbol all the way over here. So we don't play about like 2.5 lines again. So that kind of saves us that much. And then coda also just means tail. So like the word in Italian translates to tail. So it's like the little ending of a piece, right? It doesn't happen again. It's just this ending that you have. So I'd say it's different, of course, than a DC Alfine because you're repeating something again when you're playing DC Alfine, but then a coda is completely something new, right? So that's what this guy is all about. And you can even see a little indent, right? So you'll notice that whenever you have a coda. And then let's see, movement wise, what I can find here. Actually, because we don't have too much time, but see if I can find one really quick. If not, I can move to another piece on. Ooh, this is a good one. All right, at the very end here. So we're gonna look at basically how to get from this note to this note, okay? Same thing actually should be happening from here to here. Maybe I can circle the numbers instead. So yeah, Rose, do you know what is going on here when we're playing this little run? 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. But all of a sudden, this 3 is taking the place of the 2, and the 2 is taking place of the 1. So what do we have to do in order to get our hand to that position over here?
You have to move up. You have to move your hand up.
Like shifting your hand to the right of the piano?
Yeah, move it. Yeah, to the right.
So in this case, if we move it to the right, like this, the 1 would actually go here. So you have the right idea. It is a shift sort of thing. You could call it a shift, or I guess you could call it a fold. But yeah, there's 2 ways. Why isn't it letting? Okay. There's 2 ways we could go about this, right? Either this thing called a fold, which I'm sure we've talked about before. Or like right here, the same thing is happening, right? You can see this is just a step and it's moving 1 to 3, which is usually a skip. So we could call that a fold, or kind of along the lines of what you were saying. It would be a shift to the left, so down, right? So same thing, but 2 different sort of ideas. So if you guys want to try that, that would be here. Let's try this one, the A, G, F. Yeah, we're in treble clef. So 3, 2, 1, and 3 taking place of 2. So either shifting down. And then Kaylee, since it's your piece, let's have you try it. If you want to just start on A with your third finger, we don't have to do the whole run. Just go right here. Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, and then Rose, if you want to give it a try.
Which part?
Right here. So your third finger is gonna start on A. Up here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Sorry.
No, no worries. You got it. All right, so let's quickly move to Rose's piece then. So that's just one little movement there, and then your piece here had a good amount of movements as well. Like here, right? So this actually has remember how I think both of you were here when we talked about it, like the pattern that it was moving down by step or up by step, but it does happen in your piece actually a couple times. So those are the boxes that I just made, right? Sequence down by step. And then I wanted to talk about the movement over here. How in the world are we getting our fourth finger from over here to over here? So what is that hand position looking like? And then the next one I'll ask you guys about is this that I just circled. So Kaylee, if you wanna look at this one, right? How are we getting our fourth finger from the C to the A over here? Are you, do you know or you're not sure? It's okay if you don't know the name. Maybe you can explain it or something.
I know the how like the hand position and like how to do it. It's for like the word for it.
So what is the fourth finger doing in this case to get here? Like, is it moving by a step, a skip, a fourth, a fifth?
It's moving by a skip.
A skip, exactly. So in this case, right, you could, there's a couple ways again to say this, like you could say go down by 2 or shift down. So that would be to the left of the piano, right? This little symbol again. So yeah, Rose, if you can just show us, since this is your piece first, starting on the B with your third finger. I realize this is very similar to what we just did, but shift by 2. There you go. Exactly. Yeah, don't forget that F sharp, Kaylee. So you want to give it a try? Yeah, and then just don't forget the F sharp.
Oh, sorry.
That's the only thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Very good. And then you ended up on this, right? So do you know what you did there, what that hand movement was?
A finger switch.
Finger switch. Very good. exactly. So let me just write finger, switch, and then Rose, just gonna ask you an extra question since just curious if you know what this would be, right? Because normally if your hand is in the 5-finger position, right, the 1 would be on C. So how does it get to the B? Do you know what that would be called?
My bad. I just realized I was on mute.
Oh, no worries.
So instead of playing a 5th, you're playing a 6th.
So then what does our thumb have to do in this case, right? Because when we're in a 5-finger position, the thumb and the 5 are just a 5th apart. So now since they're a 6th apart, what does that thumb do to get to B?
Step to the left of the keyboard or the piano.
Exactly. So that's a stretch for the 1. And that's right here. I think actually the symbol is like this, something like that. Not the best at drawing, but pretty good. All right, perfect. Really, really nice job today, guys. Good participation. So just keep working on your pieces, and yeah, we'll call it a day. See you guys around. Have a good